times like today, I think it can be very easy to think of investments as things that only give you monetary return, like putting your money in the stock market or flipping houses or, stuff like that. But today I want to focus on investing into self, what that means, and how I have seen improvements in my life from doing that. About a year ago, I restructured my finances and I started what is called a values fund. Now, a values fund is basically money that is set aside with the intention of investing in myself. When I first made the fund, I did a reflection. I thought about the person that I wanted to become. What would this person look like? What activities would they do? How would people describe me? I then thought about what experiences or opportunities I could do today that would get me one step closer to be able to doing that. I'm a little frugal with my money, so pulling the trigger in the past has always been, I guess, a point of contention. The Values Fund is what I created to be able to make space for that. I first started off by setting aside 1% of my paycheck, and over time I've increased it a little bit, but this is the money that I use to help grow myself as an individual. Now, I want to make a point and say that this is different from just like a basic wants account. When I think of wants, I think of it as just something that's nice to have, but not necessarily like a necessity. It's getting a coffee from Starbucks in the morning or going out for drinks with friends. It doesn't necessarily do anything for, like, I guess, the character development. It might make you feel good, but it's not there for the development per se. But the values taps into something deeper. It speaks to who you want to become, and it, I guess, lengthens the time or the space between that version of you who you want to become and who you are right now. It challenges you. It taps into your curiosity. It's a little bit more thought out. Even 2 months ago, I splurged with my values fund and I treated myself to a weekend in New York. Traveling to New York is something that I've always wanted to do, but I could never really justify. There was always an excuse. I never really had anyone to go with. It always felt a little bit too expensive. There was always a reason why not to do it. But I thought about what I wanted out of life. I thought about the person I wanted to become, and I see myself as someone who is very sure of themselves, someone who loves culture and loves to travel. I'm a fan of art. I love expression of self. I'm a very curious person. I just wanted to see what New York was like, walking the city, really taking my time and exploring. And because I had the money tucked aside in my values fund, I was able to make it happen. And that trip, it had its bumps, but I learned so much about myself. I learned that I was stronger than I thought I was. I learned that I love cities. Now that I've done it, I wouldn't take that experience back for anything. But it was only able to happen because I was intentional about my money and set aside the funds and made it happen. So I say all that to say that in order to be able to build a life that is authentically you, I would say one of the first strong structural pillars that you need is organization with your money. Be intentional with your money so you can take those risks and have those moments and have those opportunities for yourselves. If you had a values fund, or if you decide to start one, what's something that you would invest in? What's an experience, an opportunity, an item that would help get you closer to who you want to become? It could be investing in a skill, taking a class, buying a new piece of equipment that would help your small business get just a little bit better. I'm curious. Let me know. But until next time, bye.